for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Carolyn Annette Dalton Tucker Thornburg, age 83, of Sylacauga, died March 28th at her residence. Funeral service today at 2 o'clock from Curtis & Son North, with Brother Tony McGrady officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery. Visitation prior to the service today, noon until 2 at the North Chapel. Mrs. Thornburg was a member of the Oldfield Baptist Church. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Graveside service for Juanita Thrash Hearn, age 88, of Sylacauga, is today at noon from Evergreen Cemetery, with the Reverend Walter Resendez officiating. Mrs. Hearn died March 27th at her residence. Visitation prior to the graveside from 9 until noon at Radley Smith Funeral Home. The family is accepting flowers, or donations can be made to the Sylacauga First Church of the Nazarene on Broadway. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Elton Aguirre, age 84, died Thursday at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Funeral arrangements are incomplete. They'll be announced, however, by Radley Smith Funeral Home. Homegoing celebration for Dorothy Mae Bester, age 72, is noon Saturday at Freedom Holy Ghost headquarters, with interment in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing, and of course Freedom Holy Ghost headquarters is in Talladega, Alabama. Carol A. Fitzsimmons, age 77, died March 28 in Talladega. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, will announce the arrangements. Allie Gilder, age 84, died March 28th in Birmingham. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Laura L. Gibson, age 57, of Alexander City, is Saturday at 2 from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Jimmy King officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends Saturday 11:30 until 1:30 at the funeral home. Mrs. Gibson died Thursday, March 29th at Russell Medical Center. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Funeral service for Evangelist Marjorie Cephas is 1 o'clock today at Pleasant Home Baptist Church in Alexander City, with interment in the church cemetery. Wright's Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Graveside service for Shirley Ann Stanford, age 71, of Sylacauga, is Saturday at 3 o'clock from Goodwater City Cemetery. Brother Joe Garner officiating. Mrs. Stanford died March 27th at her residence. She was a former member of the Oldfield Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Visitation Saturday 1 until 2:30 at the funeral home. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for George Lewis Gregg, age 76, of Millerville, will be Saturday, March 31st at 2 o'clock from Benefield Funeral Home in Lineville. The Reverend Zenas Windsor officiating. Mr. Gregg died at his residence on March 26th. Visitation will be tonight, 6 until 8 o'clock at the funeral home. Online condolences at BenefieldFuneralHome.com. Benefield Funeral Home in Lineville, directing. Francis S. Heath, age 89, died March 27th. Graveside service this morning at 11 o'clock from Oak Hill Cemetery, with Terry Barksdale officiating, along with Robert Klotz. Ms. Heath was a member of the First Baptist Church in Talladega. In lieu of flowers, donations can be made to First Baptist Church in Talladega. Online condolences at UrsryFuneralHome.com. Ursry Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. And funeral service for Ruthie Lee Morris, age 77, is today at Liberty Christian Church in Harpersville at 2 o'clock. Elder Ben H. Pope officiating. Burial in the Lily Roden Cemetery of Childersburg. Miss Morris died March 24th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga, directing. These obituaries this morning presented by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga. and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need, funerals, burials, or cremation since about 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. That is Curtis & Son Funeral Home.